Once upon a time, there were two farmers who lived in fields that were next to each other. The first farmer was a very hard-working man. Every morning, as soon as the sun came up, he would start plowing his land. After that, he would take his big, strong hands and water his crops. He did this every single day. Now, the other farmer was a very lazy man. He would sit in the shade all day long and watch his neighbor working hard. He would just say to himself, "Why does he have to work so much? I will wait for the rain, then I'll work." The whole summer, the sky was dry. There wasn't a single drop of rain. But the first farmer didn't complain. Every day he carried buckets of water from the river and watered his crops. Slowly, his plants grew strong and gave lots of fruits and vegetables. The lazy farmer's field, however, was completely barren because he didn't do anything. One day, he saw that his neighbor had a big harvest and he was very hungry. So he went to his neighbor's field and said, "Please give me some of your harvest." The first farmer looked at him and sighed, then said, "Of course I will share with you. But remember, if you want a field full of crops tomorrow, you must start working today. Rain may come or not, but effort always bears fruit." The lazy farmer felt ashamed when he heard these words, but he was too hungry to listen. He took the food and went home. Not one to learn from his mistakes, the lazy farmer waited for the rain to fall, but it never did. Day after day, his field remained barren, while the other farmer's field was full of crops. So friends, what did the lazy farmer do at the end? What lesson did he learn? This story teaches us that we must work hard if we want to be successful. We can't just wait around and do nothing. If we want a good harvest, we must plant seeds and water them. If we want to be healthy, we must exercise and eat well. If we want to be happy, we must make an effort. Nothing in life is free, and we must work hard if we want to achieve our goals. Fortune may help, but diligence never fails. So work hard, my friends, and you will succeed. Once upon a time, in a kingdom far, far away, there lived a wealthy man. He lived in a grand and beautiful house with high walls and a big clear glass window. One day, a wise visitor came to see him. The visitor was an expert in philosophy and had traveled all over the world to share his knowledge. As he sat down in the man's house, he looked around and then pointed to the window. "What do you see?" The man looked out the window and replied, "I see people walking in the street, children playing, and workers doing their jobs." Said the visitor. Then he took a small piece of silver and stuck it on the back of the glass. It's a thin layer so that the man could still see the people outside, but it turned into a mirror. So now the man could only see himself. "Well, sir," asked the visitor, "now what do you see?" The man turned to look at the visitor and said, "I see only myself." The visitor smiled and said nothing. But the man felt upset that he could only see himself and not the world outside. So he took the silver off the glass window, and again he could see everything clearly. After a while, the visitor got up to leave. The man felt confused and wanted to understand what the visitor had shown him. So he asked, "Why did you make me see only myself? What did you want to teach me?" The visitor said, "Look here, this is a piece of glass, right? It's useful. It lets you see the world outside. But if you put a thin layer of silver on it, it becomes a mirror, and all you can see is yourself." The same happens when a person has a lot of money. Money is like a piece of glass. It's useful to have, but if you let it cover your heart, it becomes a mirror, and all you can see is yourself. You forget about others and their feelings. You become selfish and greedy. True richness is not in the money or the silver, but in remembering to see beyond ourselves. The man thought about these words as he watched the visitor leave. He realized that he had been so focused on his own life and wealth that he had forgotten to help others. From that day on, he started to use his wealth to make a difference in the world. He helped build schools for poor children and donated food and clothes to those who needed them. And as he did these kind acts, he felt a sense of happiness and fulfillment that he had never felt before. So remember, no matter how much money you have, always keep a little space in your heart to see the world and the people around you. Because true richness is not about being rich, but about being kind and helpful to others. One evening, a candle was lit in a dark room, stood proudly saying, "See how I chase away the darkness? Without me, the world would be lost." Then the next morning, the sun rose. Its light flooded the room, and the tiny flame of the candle looked weak, ashamed. The candle whispered, "I am nothing compared to the sun." But the sun said gently, "Do not be sad. little candle. At night when I cannot shine here, your small light guides people. You do not need to be me. Even a little light can make a difference in the dark. The candle felt warm inside, realizing it still had meaning. The story of the candle and the sun is a beautiful one, isn't it? There's a lot that we can learn from it. So let's see what the meaning of this story is. We often compare ourselves with others and feel bad about ourselves. Why can't I be strong like the sun? Why can't I be beautiful like her? Or why can't I be rich like him? We often envy others and feel that our life is meaningless. But this story tells us that each one of us is unique and has a purpose. Candle and the sun are very different, yet they both give light. The sun gives light during the day, and the candle at night. They may be different, but they both have one goal: to give light and chase away the darkness. In their own little ways, they both make a difference. See, friends, we all have different abilities, and we should use them to make the world a better place. The story also teaches us to be kind and helpful to others. The sun could have ignored the candle or made fun of it, but instead it chose to be kind and tell the candle its importance. Similarly, we should be kind to others and help them to realize their importance. You might be going through a tough time right now, but remember, even a small light can make a big difference in someone's life. Your kindness and love can be a guiding light for someone who is lost in darkness. So never give up, my friend. Keep trying, and you will make the world a better place. Now I want to ask you a question. What kind of light do you want to be in the world? Are you going to be a source of happiness and positivity, or anger and hatred? The choice is yours, my friend. Choose wisely. If you liked this story, give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, subscribe for more such wonderful stories. Thank you for watching.